Do you write your dreams down?
Hi, Bruce. Great to meet you.
Yes,
Uh,
great. To meet you.
I did when I was making this movie because that was my research was going to sleep and dreaming.
But do they amount to anything, or are they like, you know?
I mean, most of my dreams don't make any sense. I'm like most people, I think they're just kind of like a jumble of strange sort of synapses firing in your brain. And you're just trying to make sense of all the things that happened to you during the previous day. But occasionally, the dreams that I would have work their way into the film. So, like the naked dream is a dream that I've had for a long time. And there's something so cool, poetically like ironic about that dream because I'm always in a department store.
I'm always naked.
I'm surrounded by clothes, but I can't wear any of them. I just don't know what it means, but I've had that dream so many times. And
have you have you asked somebody what that means?
no, probably should. I should probably talk to some
It
sort of dream
it could be
analyst.
creepy, you know. Well, with this though, how do you start it? I mean, is it just you take one dream and then go from there, or how do you get the whole concept going?
Well, it really starts from the story and like who's the story about and what is it about? So it starts with, Stevie and that character and what is it she's after? And I drew a lot of inspiration from my own life. My parents when I was a kid, they nearly split up. And when that happened, all I wanted was to try and find a way to keep my family together and keep my parents together. And that is such a strong, rootable drive for a character. And um, that was sort of the core, the through line for this story. So everything starts from there. And then you think about thematically, like what are you trying to explore with this film? And because it takes place in the world of dreams, I was really fascinated by the dual meaning of dreams, like the literal dreams we have at night when we sleep, but also the metaphorical dreams we aspire and chase when we're awake. And there's something really juicy about that, thematically. And I also, you know, this movie is very much a reconciliation of the idea that life and people and families are not perfect. And that is something that I think is really needed. I think that there's so much pressure on people, especially young people, to live these perfect lives, to make their dreams come true. And some amount of that is healthy, but when there's an overemphasis on it, you feel like if you don't achieve your dreams and your life isn't perfect, there's something wrong with you. And I just think that's not true.
Sure.
Um, so those are the ideas I wanted to explore with this film.
Well, what has your own family said about this now when they see this? Do they say, oh, "Okay, we get where this is coming from"?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some awkward conversations with my parents. They didn't know what the film was about until about 6 months ago. And I had to tell them, hey, mom, you remember when this happened when we were young? Like, that's a big source of inspiration for this film. And so I hope it's okay that I'm like telling our story. And she was okay with it, but my dad was a little bit more uncomfortable with it. I think he was like, "Well, just at least tell people that we're still together." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm happy to do that." But yeah, so but I think they came to the premiere. They finally saw the final film, and they're really proud of it. They loved it, and so yeah.
Okay, where does this come from? You got to tell me what was the inspiration for that.
Well, there was two sources of inspiration. One, when I was a kid, my brother and I had these matching Santa bears. There's like these polar bears that had Santa hats on them. And my brother, he had a bloody nose one night and he just got blood stains all over the rear end of it. And me being the older brother, I had sort of tortured him by nicknaming it Butthole Bear, much to his chagrin. But it didn't matter. He still loved that thing. He just, slept with it every night and it was still his bear. And I thought there was something so beautiful about that like my brother embraced the mess, Um, and that's kind of the metaphor, or that's the thing that Stevie needs to learn in this film. And that's sort of one of the big themes in this film. And the other source of inspiration was Eric Benson, my co-director and co-writer. He had a My Pet Monster as a kid, and he was one of four kids. And so, when you're young, people, your brothers and sisters are always stealing your toys and your snacks and things. So his pet monster had a little pop seam on the side. So he would hide his toys and the snacks that didn't want to be stolen inside.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's where the baloney pocket came from.
Well, I hope everyone gets one of these this year for Christmas. So it's on you.
Yeah. So do
Thank,
I. Yeah, it's
thank you
great.
so much.
Thank you.